Hi, and welcome to this weekly tarot card reading. My name is the Stars Tarot, and I'll be doing a weekly tarot card reading for you, for the collective, to see what we can expect for the upcoming week. So this will be for the week of Monday, the 4th of August, until Sunday, the 10th of August. And as always, I'll pull a card for general energies, potential obstacles, and potential opportunities that we may expect during this week. So let's pull a card for the general energies this week. The King of Air, which is also the King of Swords in the traditional tarot. So the cards are just called slightly different in this deck. What is a potential obstacle for the collective this week? Let's see, the Seven of Water, okay. And then a potential opportunity for this week. I want to pull this one. All right, okay, that seems to be quite a week where we can sort of expect the unexpected, and I'll explain more. All right, so first, for the general energies, the King of Air or the King of Swords. So it says here at the bottom, speak your mind with confidence, seek out professional advice, balance mental and emotional considerations. So the King of Swords is a person. Usually it identifies an actual person, but it can also just be an indication of sort of like the general energy that this king embodies. So you see here brilliant, impartial, professional, and diplomatic. So the element of air or the element of swords in the tarot is about the mental realm. So it's everything about communication, thinking, acting, but based on logic. Like everything the King of Air does is being objective, trying to be as impartial as you can about the facts that are there for you. So it looks like at the beginning of the week, we might be really tapping into this energy of, being extremely rational, looking at all the information that you have from each angle and trying to make a very objective decision if there's a decision to be made. So it says here, speak your mind with confidence. So it's also important to, if you need to voice your opinion, if there's a situation that really calls for your very strong opinion that you want to, give to people, then speak with confidence. Like the communication and how you share it, the way that you deliver communication is going to be really important. So really come from like a perspective or sort of like a motivational angle in which you feel that your truth needs to be spoken. And as long as that, as long as that truth is really your moral conviction, then that will be a message that you can deliver easily because it's your truth. That there's no one that can, sort of like put into pull into a type of confusion or anything that might, take away from the message that you are delivering if you speak with confidence. So communication, clear thinking, making sure that whatever you want to, put across to people, that comes in based on logic, based on rationale, and being as objective as you can. And it also says balance mental and emotional consideration, right? And that's that part of where objectivity is really important, because the King of Air is not an overly emotional, energy. This is more about, the way that you think. So it's also going to be important maybe not to be too blunt in a way, because that's a little bit of the downside of the King of Air, is that, the rationale and the objectiveness goes into arrogance and bluntness. So don't over embody this type of energy. Like try to have a fair balance between what you think and how you feel, and that is going to be your truth. All right, so it's quite a strong energy already. And then the Seven of Water, or the Seven of Cups, for the potential obstacle this week. So the Seven of Water is an emotional card, and it's an emotional card based on indecision, not knowing what to choose because you have several options that look great. So it's kind of like you see all these cups here, and they have like a different star or crystal or whatever you want to call it, but these are the different options that are presented in front of you, and they kind of look equally good. So that's why there's a level of indecision in this card. And it says here, complex decision, the need to do research, stop procrastinating. Right, so the potential obstacle here might be that you have so many options in front of you that it's kind of like numbing you to being stuck and to not being able to move forward. So pay attention that even when you have a complex decision to make, whatever is the best path in that kind of a situation is to research from both sides, like from the positive and the negative aspects of each choice, like what that really entails, what would the consequences be of that choice, and trying to figure it out per option and then trying to make a decision. So in effect, you're going to be using then the King of Air energy to weave the webs out of the options that you have in front of you. And because you're unsure what to choose, it's becoming emotional, right? Like you become stuck and you become possibly afraid to, how do you choose what, and is that going to be the best choice? And that's why it's important to kind of be discerning about which choice to make by doing more research, get more information, use this King of Air energy, and try to be objective about what each possibility has to offer you. So in terms of potential obstacles this week, it might be, getting so numbed into making a decision that it's just emotionally confusing. But then again, research and getting more information about each choice or each option is going to be a way to kind of like get out of that indecision path. And then for the potential opportunity, this is quite a interesting card to get as an opportunity, because life experience in this tarot deck is the Tower card in the traditional tarot. And the Tower is always shaking things up. It's saying expect the unexpected. And this has to do with the building of a foundation of something that for some reason is not really serving you anymore. And sometimes you need to completely get rid of a certain foundation or a certain structure in order to build something new. And that's what the Tower is promising. It's basically saying like, okay, this is not working for you anymore. So we're going to break this down and start to rebuild. And that is what the Tower embodies. So it can be a little bit chaotic, but if that is the case, then it's going to work out better for you in the end. So it says here, a significant life event, a powerful revelation that leads to change and time to spread your wings. Yeah, so I get this feeling with the cards that if you're watching this video, you may have kind of kept yourself small in your life up until now, and it's kind of like time to break away from that pattern and start expanding yourself. Have faith in yourself that you have an important mission, or that you have something important to share with the world. And the Tower is really, even though it can be a little bit scary because it sometimes comes in so unexpectedly that's why it can feel chaotic, but it's promising something to be rebuilt and to be reevaluated so that you can structure things in your life in a different way. So it's a little bit, like I said, it can be scary, but it's also offering a new opportunity of the recreation of something or the reinterpretation of something, which is going to have a significant effect on how you live your life. But it's going to be a change that is exciting and is offering something new for you. So that's a really interesting card to get as an opportunity. And then let's see, let's just get an additional message maybe. Let's just see what that is. That one flipped over, but I don't want to take that one. Again, those kind of like cards, whether or not I take it, I just do that based purely on intuition. And maybe it pops up again. So we'll see. Let's just get an additional message for the collective this week. What is important for us to be aware of this week? This is, by the way, the Angel Answers Oracle card deck. It's really nice because sometimes the tarot can be a little bit difficult in terms of getting timing done. So if you're want to determine the timing of something, then this Angel Answers Oracle card deck is quite nice because it has a couple of cards in here which are related to the timing of events. Okay, what does the collective need to know? What is important for the collective to know about this upcoming week? Meditation brings answers. Okay, so it might be really time, especially with, you know, this sort of like unexpected event that might occur in your life. If that's the case, try to sit still, try to kind of like just be with yourself. And if you know, already practice meditation, then great. Then it might be just an extra nudge for you to get yourself into a meditative state and see what messages come in or what you're feeling, to get yourself into a bit of a higher state of understanding what's going on. But there is also, I feel, a need for patience here. So if this tower is going to occur for you, then also have some patience for that to kind of like really fall into place, because, you know, a life-changing event like the tower is not just going to solve itself immediately. It might need, you know, it might need some time for it to have that restructuring done. So meditation brings answers. And then I want to pull one more for the collective. Within the next few months. Okay, well, so if it is a timing question that you have in your mind, if there's something that you're waiting for to happen, or, you know, if you have a particular idea of a timing that is going to be important for you, then your answer is going to be within the next few months. So that's interesting. I was talking about the timing and now we pull a timing card. Okay, so I hope that was helpful. Be interesting to, you know, kind of like see how this week plays out, and if any of these events that are, you know, lying here in the cards, if that actually transpires for you. If it does, let me know, because it's always great to kind of like, you know, look back at the cards and see how it applied for you during this upcoming week. And as always, have a great week, and see you next time. Thanks for watching.